Ever wondered how to design for emerging technologies in UI/UX design? In the swiftly evolving digital landscape, emerging technologies are not just trends, they are shaping the way we interact with digital interfaces. As technologies evolve, so does the role of UI/UX design, morphing from creating visually appealing interfaces to crafting engaging, intuitive, and human-like interactions. The three key technologies we are about to delve into are voice user interfaces, or VUI, augmented and virtual reality, Arkansas and VR respectively, and the Internet of Things, commonly known as IoT. Each of these technologies presents unique challenges and opportunities for designers, necessitating a shift in mindset and approach. The journey to mastering UI/UX in these domains is thrilling, filled with constant learning, innovation, and creativity. As a UI/UX designer, it is essential to stay ahead of the curve and understand how to design for these new frontiers. Voice user interfaces are revolutionizing how we interact with technology. In this digital age, the way we communicate with our devices is changing rapidly. As we delve into voice user interfaces, or VUIs, we see a world where technology responds to our voice, understanding our commands and even our emotions. This breakthrough is making our interactions with tech more natural, more human-like. The design process for VUIs is quite different from traditional visual interfaces. It's not about pixels and typography anymore. It's about crafting conversations, creating a dialogue that feels natural and intuitive. This is what we call conversational design. It's about designing clear prompts that guide users through the conversation, providing feedback that makes them feel heard and understood. Another critical aspect of designing for VUIs is context awareness. As designers, we must strive to understand the user's context and design responses that are not just accurate but also relevant and personalized. It's about anticipating the user's needs, providing proactive suggestions that make their interactions smoother and more efficient. Of course, we must also account for potential errors. Error handling in VUIs involves crafting error messages that guide users towards resolving issues seamlessly. It's not just about alerting them of an error, but also helping them get back on track. Finally, we come to multimodal experiences. VUIs are not just about voice. They can be much more immersive when integrated with other modalities such as visuals or touch. This integration can make the user's experience more engaging, more captivating, and more delightful. So, as we venture into the world of voice user interfaces, we are stepping away from the traditional design mindset. We are embracing a new way of thinking, a new way of designing. It's about creating natural language conversations. It's about understanding the user's context. It's about handling errors gracefully, and it's about creating multimodal experiences that captivate the user. Designing for VUI requires a shift in mindset from traditional visual interfaces, focusing on natural language conversations and multimodal experiences. AR and VR technologies blend the real and the virtual, offering immersive experiences. As we delve into the world of augmented reality and virtual reality, we encounter a paradigm where the lines between the tangible and the digital blur. Designing for AR and VR, just like any other user interface, begins with an understanding of the environment. In this case, the physical one. This is where spatial awareness comes in. It's about understanding the physical environment and designing virtual elements that seamlessly integrate with real-world surroundings. Imagine creating a virtual chair that fits perfectly in your living room, or a virtual tour guide in a museum that points out interesting exhibits. Next, we move to user navigation. Just as you wouldn't leave a user stranded in a traditional UI, you wouldn't want them lost in a virtual world either. Design intuitive navigation and wayfinding systems to guide users within the AR or VR environment. Think about creating a map or a compass that helps users navigate a virtual city or a breadcrumb trail in a VR game. Then, there's visual hierarchy. In an immersive environment, every visual element competes for the user's attention. Prioritize visual elements based on their importance and ensure clarity in presenting information and interactions. This could mean making crucial game elements more prominent or important notifications more noticeable. Lastly, interaction design plays an integral role in AR and VR technologies. Define natural and intuitive gestures or controllers to enable users to interact with virtual objects and environments. This could mean swiping in the air to flip through pages of a virtual book, or using voice commands to control a virtual drone. In a nutshell, designing for AR and VR is about creating a balance between the real and the virtual, the seen and the unseen, the tangible and the intangible. It's about designing intuitive, engaging experiences that immerse users in a digital world, while still anchoring them in the physical one. Designing for AR and VR requires careful thought and consideration of user interactions within these simulated environments. The Internet of Things refers to the interconnection of everyday objects, devices, and sensors. It's a sprawling network where your refrigerator can talk to your smartphone, and your car can communicate with your home security system. But how do we design for this interconnected landscape? Well, first, we need to focus on simplified controls. The user interface should make it easy for users to control and monitor their devices. Too much complexity can lead to confusion, and that's the last thing we want in an already complex ecosystem like IoT. Next up is data visualization. IoT devices gather heaps of data, but raw data is just noise. We have to display this information in a meaningful and easily understandable way. Think of clear graphs, charts, and visual cues that help users make sense of all the numbers. Then we need to consider contextual awareness. IoT devices are smart, but they can be even smarter when they understand the context. By leveraging data from IoT devices, we can provide personalized and contextually relevant experiences. Imagine your home thermostat adjusting the temperature based on your usual schedule, or your car suggesting the fastest route to work. Lastly, and arguably most importantly, is privacy and security. With so many connected devices, user data protection becomes paramount. We need to ensure robust security measures are in place to protect sensitive information. Designing for IoT involves facilitating seamless interactions with connected devices while prioritizing user privacy and security. It's a fascinating field that's only going to grow, so let's get ahead of the curve and start creating exceptional IoT experiences. Designing for emerging technologies requires an innovative and forward-thinking approach. And we've covered some ground today, haven't we? We've explored voice user interfaces, delving into conversational design, context awareness, error handling, and multimodal experiences. We've immersed ourselves in the realities of augmented and virtual reality, addressing spatial awareness, user navigation, visual hierarchy, and interaction design. And we've connected with the Internet of Things, discussing simplified controls, data visualization, contextual awareness, and privacy. By embracing these technologies, you can create unique and compelling user experiences that push the boundaries of traditional interfaces.